if God is so good, why is there so much bad in the world?
And so God initially created, when God created the heavens and the earth, He created the Garden of Eden, which was a perfect paradise. And He placed man and eventually Eve, man and woman, in the garden. And everything was perfect and everything was beautiful. And man had perfect unity and fellowship with God. Well, true love and true companionship, there has to be a level of trust. In the middle of that garden, God placed one tree. It was a tree of knowledge of good and evil. And He told Adam, you can have anything here, you can partake in any of the fruit, anything here in the garden. This one tree, God said, I don't want you to eat of the fruit of this one tree. A lot of people think that tree was some magic tree that had this magic fruit. But I believe it was just a tree. It was just a tree with fruit. There was no magic in the tree in of itself. It was simply the one thing God said, don't do this. It was the one thing that God asked Adam to be obedient to. And Adam failed to desire knowledge or to desire to be independent. That is human nature. If we're created in God's image, then we are created with some sense of leadership, some sense of authority. So in God putting this one tree in the garden and saying, this is the tree, basically the tree of obedience, in my opinion, all Adam knew was good. All Adam knew was relationship with God, relationship with his wife, dominion over the garden. All he knew was good and purity. So when Adam crossed the line, took part of that fruit, he basically crossed the line of obedience. He did the one thing God said don't do. So in doing that, he then understood what evil was. He understood what breaking the rules is. So that's how sin entered the world. That's how evil entered the world. And through sin, through that one act of disobedience, bad things came into the world. Until that point, he only knew good. Now he knows evil. And so now evil is part of the world. So God created a perfect world. He didn't create the world to be corrupt. He didn't create the world to be evil. But he did create man with choice. And God knew the possibilities of man having choice. And man took that choice and went against what God asked him to do, and then sin entered the world. God didn't create the world to be evil. God created man with choice, and by our own choice, we have brought evil into the world. Did that answer that, or did I go around?
You can be free, and we're here to help.
Praise God.